Sophia stood by the mirror, adjusting her earrings, when the doorbell rang. She took a deep breath, trying to calm her nerves, and opened the door. Alexander stood on the threshold, holding a large bouquet of red roses. His eyes shone with warmth, and a familiar smile lit up his face. "You look stunning," he said, handing her the flowers. Sophia accepted the bouquet, inhaling its fragrance, and met his gaze. They stood in silence for a few seconds before Alexander suggested, "Ready for dinner?" They headed to the restaurant that had once been their favorite place. A table by the window, the soft glow of candlelight, and melodic music created the perfect atmosphere for the evening, which was to become their last shared memory. They ordered their favorite dishes, and the conversation flowed effortlessly, just like it used to. "Do you remember when we came here for the first time?" Sophia asked, twirling her wine glass in her fingers. "How could I forget?" Alexander smiled. "You were 20 minutes late and looked so embarrassed that I pretended I had just arrived myself." Sophia laughed. "And then you joked that from now on, I had to make up for those minutes by spending more time with you. And I was glad you really did." They immersed themselves in memories, recalling trips, long walks through the city at night, and rainy evenings under one umbrella. But with each passing moment, the bittersweet note of farewell grew stronger between them. They both understood that this was their last dinner together. When they left the restaurant, Alexander took her hand, running his fingers over her palm as if he wanted to memorize every touch. The night was quiet, and they walked slowly down the street, savoring their final moments together. "How's this? Would you like me to refine it further?" When they left the restaurant, Alexander took her hand, running his fingers over her palm as if trying to memorize every touch. The night was quiet, and they walked slowly down the street, savoring their last moments together. Alexander walked Sofia to her apartment, and they stopped by the door, gazing into each other's eyes for a long time. The air still carried the scent of her perfume, mingling with the faint fragrance of the flowers from his bouquet. Their dinner had been filled with warm memories, laughter, and tender touches, but now silence hung between them, the kind that comes before something irreversible. Sophia lowered her gaze, running a hand through her hair in slight hesitation, but Alexander already knew the answer. He stepped forward, gently touching her face with his palm before slowly leaning in to kiss her. Their lips met softly at first, as if asking for permission, but when Sophia responded, their bodies pressed closer together. A wave of desire surged between them, making everything else fade away. Without breaking their kiss, they stepped inside the apartment. The door closed behind them, shutting out the outside world. The light in the room was dim, casting an intimate glow. Alexander pulled Sophia closer, his hands now boldly exploring the curve of her back, feeling the warmth of her body through the thin fabric of her dress. She unbuttoned his shirt, her fingers trembling slightly, but inside, a fire burned. His lips left a trail of heat along her neck, slowly moving lower, making her sigh softly. Her dress slid effortlessly to the floor, leaving her before him in delicate lace lingerie that accentuated every curve of her body. He paused, as if trying to capture this moment forever, before moving closer again, lowering her onto the bed. Their bodies intertwined in a perfect rhythm, hands exploring every inch of skin, as if discovering each other anew. Their breathing quickened, their hearts beat as one, and the night engulfed them in a whirlwind of passion and tenderness, where every touch, every sound carried meaning. They lost themselves in the moment, forgetting time, forgetting everything outside those walls, surrendering to the intensity of what they shared. When silence finally settled over the room after the storm of emotions, Sophia lay on Alexander's chest, feeling the warmth and steady rhythm of his heart. He ran his fingers through her hair, leaving soft kisses on her forehead. They didn't speak. Words were unnecessary. But they both knew that this was their last night together. A farewell night, filled with love, passion, and the understanding that their paths would soon diverge. Morning came quietly. Sophia woke first, watching the sunlight dance across Alexander's face. She knew that soon this moment would become just a memory, but right now it was real. She reached out, brushing her fingers against his cheek, and he opened his eyes, smiling. A tender kiss became their final greeting to a new day.